I just wish we could all get along like we used to in middle school. I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles, and we'd all eat it and be happy.
She doesn't even go here.
Do you even go to this school?
No, I just have a lot of feelings.
Okay, go home.
I'm sorry I laughed at you that time you got diarrhea at Barnes & Noble.
How about some good and gross news to start your week? It's gross because this is a sex worker that Eric Swalwell is just manhandling here in bed. Obviously, this is not good. It wouldn't be good no matter what, but he's also married. He has children, and he's still doing this. It's called congressional privilege, sweetheart. Also, you'll notice there's a bunch of dudes in the room. So, yeah, maybe Eric Swalwell can can explain like what's going on here. This is Eric Swalwell just enjoying his time, knowing that the Congressional Slush Fund will pay for any sexual harassment allegations. So he won't be on the hook, but certainly he will be on the hook for the public image fallout. There's no slush fund for that. It's official. Eric Swalwell has dropped out of the California governor's race after expose, incredible rape allegations, good riddance, loser, enjoy unemployment, also be supporting criminal indictments against you. So Eric Swalwell dropped out after, a truly breathtaking and unbelievable deluge of scumbag behavior. Let's just go through some of the top line here. Not only do you have the groping, the hooker and sex worker videos, which are authentic and real, but over 50 staffers for Eric Swalwell have released a statement calling for him to resign. Never great. They also referred to the grape allegations against him, say that they are credible. Democrats have known this for years. They never spoke up until now. Yeah. It is kind of grotesque and transactional. The fact that Democrats, realizing that they might lose the state of California, have now turned on Eric Swalwell. When Eric Swalwell's career was giving them power and not a threat to them, they didn't have any problem with him. No problem with him. They were perfectly happy for Eric Swalwell to run for president. Eric Swalwell was the #1 leading candidate in the California governor's race, but that's a jungle primary. So the point of that is that if the top two vote getters are Republicans, then Democrats will lose the governorship of California. And that's what was happening. There are so many Democrats that announced it was such a muddy field. Eric Swalwell was the top of that field, preventing other candidates from breaking through. And so he was no longer politically viable. He was no longer helping the Democrat Party. Therefore, they throw him on they pulled a Biden on him. They pulled a Biden. They were all happy to support Eric Swalwell. As soon as he becomes politically inconvenient or costly, then they throw him out. They knew about this. They've known about this. These allegations are from like 2019. These allegations are from like 5, 6, 7 years ago. They didn't mind if he ran for president. Eric Swalwell ran for president. None of these allegations came out. It was only when he was going to cost them the governorship of California that all of this comes out. But anyway, Eric Swalwell, now the husband of an influencer, threatens a lawsuit against Swalwell, claims he sent an unsolicited dick pics to his wife at their home. He showed up at their home. Goodness gracious. Okay. Yeah. Ali Samarco, I don't know who these people are, but anyway, he says that Swalwell would go on runs in her neighborhood and tell her to come downstairs. He also says Swalwell will send her inappropriate messages and photos on Snapchat, threatening a lawsuit. If Eric Swalwell or his attorney make a single statement that disparages my wife, I'm filing a lawsuit against him. Oof. Okay. Yikes. So yeah, his staff have turned on him. Everyone who supported him has now disavowed him. And it looks like it might be time for Ruben Galeo. He's the senator from Arizona to potentially get his. Yeah, maybe he's in the video. I'm not sure. We should find out. I'm suspending my campaign for governor, he says, to my family, friends, staff, supporters. I'm deeply sorry for the mistakes and judgment that I've made in the past. Wait, I thought these were unfounded allegations. I thought you were going to sue everybody who's making these allegations against you. What do you mean you're sorry? You're sorry? Oh, so you actually did all this stuff. So you just lied to us. I will fight the serious false allegations that have been made, but that's my fight, not campaigns. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. First comment. Bro, you should definitely fight those false allegations, especially all the videos of you doing weird shit with hookers, says Elon Musk. Elon ratioing, by the way, Eric Swalwell, 31,000 likes. Elon Musk, 76,000 likes here. So a good solid ratio. Let's go Nick Shirley here. If you aren't fit to run a campaign, what makes you fit to continue your time in Congress? Resign. Good first step. Now resign from Congress or face expulsion. F you, no peace for you. Resign, bitch, or you will be expelled. George Santos. Fantastic. Now resign. Okay. Retard of the week. Suspending your campaign over what you call false allegations. Interesting. Why would you suspend your campaign if it wasn't, if these were false? Why suspend a campaign over false allegations? More reason to stay in the fight. Yeah, you're cooked. Let's look at Charlie Eric Swalwell tweet. Wouldn't you think it'd be the biggest story if Eric Swalwell had an extensive relationship with the Chinese Communist spy for 6 years, all while accusing Trump of collusion with Russia? It's always the people who you most expect. Democrats believe all women if he's running for governor, but not if he's just staying in Congress. That's right. Yeah, it's always the guys. It's always the male feminists. It's always the male feminists, isn't it, Sonny? It's okay, bro. Fang's always there if you need somebody to vent to. It was a great tweet I saw this morning. It's like half Chinese flags lowered to half-mast after Eric Swalwell ends campaign. Now he does, though, need to resign from Congress, and it needs to happen immediately. This is interesting. This Ruben Gallo, he's a little butt buddy of Eric Swalwell. They were besties. And look at them just eating a sex worker alive on, no doubt, a congressional funded trip, right? This is what happens on these congressional funded trips, by the way. Disgusting. To my Republican colleagues, sexual assault victims deserve justice. Do the right thing. Isn't that amazing? Do the right thing, Eric Swalwell. Right. Swalwell is on the House Intelligence Committee. Not only did he get taken by a Chinese spy, he also hooked up with prostitutes in front of other people who recorded the interaction. Ugh. Now DHS is investigating Rep. Eric Swalwell for allegedly hiring a Brazilian nanny illegally. You know, let me just tell you what, man. If you're a married man and you hire nannies like this, you got problems. I'm just going to leave it at that, man. Just be careful, married dudes. 33-year-old from Rio entered on a J-1 au pair visa in 2021. And it expired in 2022. Complaints allege that Swalwell kept her on until 2024, paying her under the table with campaign funds, even after work authorization was denied. So he may be going to prison. A filmmaker filed the complaints. Photos show her still with the family. No employer, including a member of Congress, is above the law, says DHS. Here's what I'll say. Eric Swalwell is like a perfect example of the virtue signal, right? Even when he's recording these videos, he's always like, even when he's recording these apology videos, he's in a silky shirt, halfway buttoned in a hotel room, leering and slurring towards the camera. Don't be these people. Live out your actual value system. Your sins will find you out. The weapons that you form will be used against you, and pride cometh before destruction. All really good things to remind yourself of right now. Okay? Boy. And don't think that Democrats are somehow virtuous over any of this. They're only doing this because Eric Swalwell is threatening their power. They didn't care when he was running for president. They didn't care when he was in Congress. They didn't care when he was going on MSNBC attacking Trump. All of this is about power for them. They have absolutely no morals at all here. So CNN can pat themselves on the back as much as they want. They didn't care or run the story until Eric Swalwell was threatening their power. Anyway, it's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Funniest comment in the world, Elon Musk. Well done. Well-deserved roast. See ya.